Mornings are made of these 20 minutes to 12. You've tuned into Bay FM with the Health Hour, I should say. No, it's Bay FM Health. And if you've just joined us, you've missed out on having the Better Ear guys in talking about National Hearing Awareness Week. And if you have just joined us, well, you've got Madonna in to talk to you about, ways we can relieve, mental health symptoms are not curable when you're going through treatment, okay? They are livable. You can live with them. So how would you guys do? You mentioned kinesiology.
Kinesi is one of my favourite tools for people helping people with mental health. I've been doing it for 24 years. It's been on the planet for maybe 80 years. So it's a fairly new... It's new. And the guys who developed it, Dr. Charles Krebs and George Goodhart, and there's all these dudes who basically were looking at the standard ways of treating things and knew that they weren't fixing things. And when Dr. Krebs started to do research on the brain and started doing scans and then would experiment with things and try to find changes in the brain, kinesiology was one of the few things that actually did that. Okay. So basically, kinesiology uses muscle testing and acupuncture points and acupressure points to find out what's going on in the body. So it's almost like algebra. There are combinations of acupuncture points that have taken like 30, 40 years to develop these combinations that allow us to get into different areas of the brain. So via muscle testing, we can find out whether or not things like the connections are happening from left to right sides of the brain. We can find out whether the left hemisphere is logical the way it's supposed to be and the right hemisphere is gestalt the way it's supposed to be. You can find out whether or not the body's locked into fight or flight or rage or anger or escape, submission, freeze or pain and punishment. So there's all these little programs that can be running in the background that are changing our life every second of every day.
Because our brain is programmed.
Absolutely.
We've grown throughout our lives, to adapt to situations, and our brain is like a sponge, so it absorbs everything, and we have a situation centre in our brain that no matter where you are, it has a plan and a progress. Yes. It's going to react in a way.
Yes, and I think that was, remember The Secret? I wasn't a huge fan of it, but lots and lots of hundreds of thousands of people watched The Secret going back, 10, 12 years ago or something like that. One of the nice things about it was, regardless of science and all the stuff going on in the background, because they were claiming all sorts of interesting things, but that's okay, the nice thing was that they were trying to put loving messages out there to ourselves. So your water bottles had I love you on it and, all sorts of things in you. And it was sort of because every time you see those things, your subconscious brain's taking it in about love. So therefore that alone is going to start changing the way that your brain is responding to things, as opposed to things that are negative. So if we're working in a negative workplace with bullying or in a negative marriage, or these sort of things can affect us negatively on a moment-by-moment basis.
And we all live with anxiety. Every single one of us has a level of anxiety because we have that the fight or flight response. So it's going to protect you or it's going to make you fight for your life.
Yes.
You have to have a level of anxiety in order for that to kick in.
Yes.
Now, high levels of anxiety over life, you will develop some sort of mental health issues if you do not find ways
have
to
coping mechanisms.
Exactly. And I live with it every single day. I have my bad days.
Yes.
You can cope. It's all about, you've got to take your time. You do it how you want to do, and it does not matter what anyone else says. You take day by day. Eventually, you will find your pathway.
Yes.
And you can help with your kinesiology. I mean, you're not alone. You're definitely not alone.
Yes. And kinesiology is the only tool that I can think of where through the process, no, that's not true, it's not the only thing, but it's one of the tools where you can actually test something, see if it's not working, do a correction and then see if it's working. So there's absolute before and after with each and every test that you do in kinesiology, which is one of the things I absolutely love about it, because if I think it's something and it's not, I can't make it be there if the muscle doesn't unlock.
That's right.
So I love it. I love it.
So correct. All right, we're going to go to a quick break and we will be coming back in a minute because Madonna's going to talk to you about the hearing centre of our brain, or sorry, what you guys do for hearing loss, because we do have the guys from Better Ear in here just before, and it is Hearing Awareness Week. My stomach's grumbling. I'm trying not to make it go on air. It is Hearing Awareness Week, so we are going to touch base on that in just a minute, and then we're going to go to a